If you've got one of those and you've got one of these, then your next stage is to learn how to use one of these accurately and how to measure and cut with your ruler accurately and your rotary cutter, of course. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that, how to get your accurate measurements using your quilting ruler. But first, who am I? I am Kim. This is Quilt with Kim. You, my lovely, are very, very welcome. Let's get on and switch camera and find out exactly how to get those measurements accurate. The first thing to be aware of is that when you get your quilting fabric, it will arrive folded off the bolt, and you want to keep it like that. So yes, you absolutely need to give it a good press all over before you start, because we need to get all those wrinkles out. They have an effect on measurements, but keep it folded. And yeah, even if it's on the ironing board and you press over the crease at the top, the fold at the top, that is absolutely fine. What you do need to make sure though is down at the bottom here, your selvages, so these are the bits at the edge, that they match up very nicely all the way along. And if you've got your selvages matched up nicely, then the fold along the top will sit very nicely on a grain line, and we know that our fabric is then sitting straight, ready for us to cut with, because getting accurate cutting and measurement is a marriage between how the fabric is and how you use your ruler. It's not just one or the other. Of course, we have to use the rotary cutter as well, but you need to get this magic marriage, if you like, of your fabric in the right place to start with. Then we follow on with our ruler. So having pressed your fabric and made sure your selvages are straight, and therefore we have this fold along the top, then we can start to prepare our fabric ready to cut accurately. Now, can you see here on the edge, the two parts of our fabric here, the two edges are not meeting just there. Now that is completely and utterly normal when you buy fabric. It's because when they spin the fabric onto the bolts right back at the manufacturers, they can spin them so fast that sometimes they're not going to be quite in alignment and they will be set apart a little bit. And despite the retailer's best efforts to give you a nice straight cut when they cut it at the shop level, by the time you get it home, it will all have shuffled out of place. So don't blame the retailer, it's just part of the manufacturing process. But if you've done your job of making sure the selvages line up nicely and you've got this nice crisp fold at the top of the fabric, then don't worry too much about this, we will get rid of it. So that being said, the first thing we have to do then, before we do any measuring with our ruler, is we have to give ourselves a straight edge to measure from. We can't get accurate measurements unless we give ourselves that starter point, which is that accurate straight edge. How do we do that? Well, we get our ruler and we place it on our fabric. And then what we are going to do, the first thing is we're going to cut off this scraggly edge. Now we know our selvages at the bottom of your screen, they've just fallen off the bottom of the screen. We know that they are together. But if you look at the top of your screen here, at the middle of the screen, you can see that we've got a horizontal line that's on that top crisp fold at the top of our fabric. As we've said, that is a grain line. That's one of our warp threads that go through our fabric, which should be pretty straight. So utilising those straight lines of your warp threads to put a horizontal line of your ruler along will start giving you a right angled line to start being able to measure from. And it doesn't matter which of these horizontal lines are along the top of your fabric, just one will do. But what you don't want is the ruler to stick into your tummy. If I move that, you can see my tummy's here. We don't want to stick the ruler out so far that we can't reach. So you only want a little bit at the bottom of your fabric here. And the majority can stick out at the top there. Once we have got a horizontal line along that top fold of our fabric, and you need to spend a moment or two making sure that it is lined up, because as we go through this whole process, spending some time at each stage will really help you with your accurate measurements. So having got that in place, then I'm going to cut off this bit of fabric here. Now I'm cutting off probably well, it's actually nearly 2 inches at this end, but because it narrows, it's about 1 inch at the top end. And as I said, that's completely normal when you get fabric, so don't be concerned about that, but we are going to get rid of it. And by the way, if you have already bought fabric, it's been sitting in your stash, and you come back to it, still start by giving yourselves a cut edge. It will really help you to get accurate measurements. Fabric does like to move around and get up to its own shenanigans when your back is turned. So having got a ruler in place, I'm holding it down with my left hand. So I'm making sure that this ruler is not slipping and sliding all over the place. You really don't want your ruler to slide, because that's what's going to give us accurate lines. So what I'm doing is I'm actually pushing from my back through my hand and through my arm and through my hand to make sure that the pressure is on my ruler and it's not slipping and sliding. I am right-handed, so I'm doing this with my left hand. If you are left-handed, you swap all this around and you do it from the other way. Now, the position of my hand needs to be behind this inch line here. Why? That's safety. Now, I know this is a video about measurement, but I'm not going to talk about cutting without talking about safety along the way, because we do not want to end up with cut fingers. Thank you very much. Not on my watch. So if you have your fingers behind this inch line, it means that if your rotary cutter does slip for whatever reason, your natural reaction will be to flip your hand out of the way. I promise you it will. But if your hand is a little bit too close to the edge, then if it slips, you just haven't got that reaction time. So keep your hand behind that inch line, and we're spidering our hand. So we're making this shape with it, and I'm pushing down into the ruler to make sure that it doesn't slip and slide. When you're choosing a ruler anyway, do make sure that you have got a non-slip ruler that doesn't slip around on your fabric. So with my ruler being held down onto the fabric, then what I'm going to do is give myself a straight edge. So I'm going to take my guard off the ruler. I'm going to start on the cutting mat, not on the fabric, on the cutting mat, so that we can start cutting the fabric. And I'm going to push down and into the ruler and away from me all at the same time. When I finish cutting, do put your guard on. Safety again. And then I'm going to take that off, and I've taken that off before I've released any pressure here. And the reason I do that is because if I pull this and it's still attached, then if I've released my hand, it will pull out the rest of the fabric with it. It's really difficult to get it lined back up again. But if you cut it cleanly, you can take that off, then release your hand. Now we have a nice clean edge to cut from. The next thing that we need to do, we take our ruler off for a moment, and we take this beautiful, clean cut edge and we flip it over. Again, if you're left-handed, you will have cut your straggly edge off from this side and you'll flip it over to the other side. Because then what happens is we're going to put our ruler back on, and I'll talk about measurement in a minute, but there is a rule that the fabric that you want is always going to be underneath your ruler. So if I wanted a 2-inch strip, for example, then that 2-inch strip is going to be sitting underneath my ruler, and I would cut with my right hand. If you were left-handed, let me just swap that back again. You can, by the way, get left-handed rulers if you're left-handed, so you might want to go and look out for one of those. But if I'm left-handed, I would line up the 2-inch line on this side, because my 2-inch strip, the fabric I want, would be underneath my ruler this side, and then I would cut with my left hand. So the same rule applies whether you're right-handed or left-handed, but you'd be swapping it around and having a left-handed ruler. So I am right-handed. That is going to be flicked around that side because I cannot cut with my left hand. If you have moved your fabric, just make sure that those edges are all beautifully lined up again. I'm going to cut a 2-inch strip. That's just to demonstrate to you, but whatever size strip you want, this is the time to discover where that measurement is on your ruler. So really get to know your ruler. And if we look at this particular ruler, this is Creative Grid's ruler, you will find that there are white numbers going one way, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you'll have, if I turn it around, you'll see black circled numbers, and they're on the halves. So 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, and so on. So if I wanted a 2.5 inch strip, I would simply pick this line here, the 2.5 inch line, but I am going to cut a 2 inch strip. So we're going to start here at the 2 inch. So identify where that 2 inch line, or whatever measurement you're after, on your ruler, and follow that line all the way up and down to see where it goes. And it's this line here that we want to put on that cut line on our fabric. And we're spending a moment or two making sure that this is correct as well, because every stage of patchwork relies on you being accurate, because it will have a knock-on effect on the next stage if you're not. What I am doing, as I said, is I'm putting that 2 inch line down my left hand cut edge, the one that we've just beautifully made. And I'm making sure that all the way down it is lined up. Then at the same time, I'm going to make sure that I have a horizontal line along that top folded edge of my fabric. Let me move my camera in closer so that you can see. So this will be a bit of a roving reporter style, so bear with when it goes a little bit shaky. So there's the horizontal line at the top. So we've got a horizontal line on that top folded edge, and then all the way down here we have that 2 inch line that's sitting beautifully on that cut edge all the way down the edge. If your fabric is poking over this side of your measurement line, then you can just use your thumb to tease it back into position, rather than trying to pull the whole lot of fabric back. If it's just a little bit, which sometimes it happens, then using your thumb or your finger would help it get into line. And if it doesn't, then maybe you just need to take the ruler off and measure up again, get it straight and measure up again. But as I'm happy with that, then I'm going to put my hand back into position on top of my ruler, and then I'm going to cut that off. So I need to make sure that my hand has got the pressure coming from my shoulder into the ruler and onto the fabric, so the ruler doesn't slip. And when I'm happy with that, I can take my guard off. I'll start cutting on the cutting mat, not on the fabric, and I'm pushing down and away from me and into the ruler all at the same time. And I come off onto the cutting mat, which is off the top of your screen there. And I know you can't quite see, and I haven't got quite enough hands to move my camera, but I finish cutting on the cutting mat. I don't finish on the fabric. I carry on for another 1.5 inches or so onto the cutting mat. When I've finished, I keep the pressure on with my left hand. I put my guard back onto my ruler. I put that down, and then before I release any pressure here, I take this part away from me to make sure that I have cut properly. Now I can release my hand here, and there is my 2 inch strip. If you haven't, let's get this back into position. If you haven't cut this properly and there's still a bit of thread attached, because your hand is still in position here, it's easy enough then to cut that little bit that's remaining and needs cutting. But if you've already released your hand and pulled it all out of position, then it's really difficult, as I said, to try and get it back into play and into position and all accurate and all lined up. And if you have a fabric that is bigger than your cutting mat, what do you do then? Well, you might want to watch this video here to tell you exactly how to handle that. I do hope this has helped. If it has, please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I will love you, and I will leave you for now, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.